welcome your host, Joy, with Coffee with Joy. So excited to have my girls in the building. They're going to tell us a little bit about themselves. Then we're going to jump right in as we talking about anxiety when it comes to posting. Let us know who you are and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, thank you so much for having us.
Yes.
My name is Asia. I'm from Flint, Michigan. I'm 24 years old, and I'm a graduate student studying my master's in public health.
Yes. I will second that. My name is Kaya, and I'm 23. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm also studying. I'm in grad school pursuing my MPH.
Come on, people. See, we got the elites here. Only the elites. So, why do you think it's such an issue with posting? What's the whole, what is the main issue? Why do people live in their head when time to post?
Well, I can go first. I'm a big overthinker, generally. So no matter how good an image looks or a video, I'll just keep looking at it until I don't like it anymore. So I just overthink a lot of things. Even though someone might love the content I'm posting,
Okay.
I just overanalyze. And so that makes it harder for me to just post freely. Yeah.
What about you, Kaya?
Yeah, I definitely think social media has transitioned to be less casual. It used to be just more like you post whatever you want, but it's definitely changed a lot. And I would say a lot of people compare themselves, especially with us being 20-somethings, you know, a lot of people in their 20s, it looks a lot different, and people post only a snapshot of their life. So a lot of times people don't want to post, what's really going on, and I feel like that creates a lot of anxiety for people.
So, like with you, what is the number one thing with posting? Because I know people create this whole image of life, and sometimes it's not real, right?
Yeah.
But when you're looking at someone's life, you're like, God, why their life look good? Why mine's not? So again, we have this anxiety that's sitting in residence, trying to say, okay, I'm gonna scaffold through this. No, not this, not that. So what is one thing that you find hard when posting?
Yeah, I would say you just don't want to do too much. It's like I said, it's changed to be less casual. So people used to post like their food every day. I'm a foodie.
Yeah.
And like now it's like overkill, right? But I've transitioned to really post what I want, and I think it's so important for people to tailor their feed to, what fits their interests and what inspires them. But for sure, sometimes it's too much going on social media, and like I said, like a lot of times you just don't want to do too much, you want people to like your content. So I'd say that's one aspect for me.
Now, when posting, what do you find now? Do you go ahead and just post anything, or do you want to create your post, Asian, how you see fit, or some things just don't fit accordingly to your posting? That's how you build up your anxiety.
So I think I don't really go with a aesthetic. I know I have a friend who's like, no, I'm going with this specific color. I can't post this picture first because this is not matching the rest of my color theme. Yeah. And I don't think like that. I kind of go by events. Okay, I'm at this nice restaurant and I want to share this delicious plate. I want to show what I'm eating. Yeah. Or, I went to a museum. I took a really cute picture at the museum. I want to post that. So I think it's activity or event based for me, not necessarily going along with the aesthetic.
Okay. Now, do you find the angles the reason why the posting comes, or the lighting, or what is the issue with the anxiety? Because the anxiety is the arching thing, right? But sometimes our comparison, even though we should not compare, but when we look at some people pages, like you stated, they have the color, they have this whole scheme going on, and you're like, okay, I want mine to match, or something's in me is holding me back. Why can't I just go freely post without having that as a toll to say, nah, you can't go. No, you can't go. What is it? What is your primary issue of coming, if to posting?
Yeah, so I think going off of what Akaya was saying, things used to be so casual where we didn't really we just posted okay, I'm eating a cupcake. Look at this cupcake. This cupcake looks good. But for me, I think it's a fear of oversharing. Because for me, if I'm posting too much on social media, I'd be like, oh God, they need some time to miss me.
Oh wow!
They need some time to miss me, and I'd be like, I have to take a break.
So what do you consider oversharing?
I think a lot about my personal life. If I'm posting on a day-to-day basis, I feel like that's oversharing. Even though I might be excited about posting something or I want to post, I feel like I'm sharing too much of my personal life. Like, for me, I like to cook. I like to take pictures of the food I cook.
Yeah.
So, like, I get really excited and I want to post all the things that I'm making.
Yeah.
But then a part of me is like, no, don't post that because you're sharing too much. And so it's not just when it comes down to food or when I'm cooking. It's kind of like with everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. What about you, Kaya?
Yeah, I would say I've definitely changed how I want what I want on my page. I'm like more of a travel kind of like inspiration or like quotes. I do share like other Black women that are inspiring me or different. I like to promote other people. But yeah, I'm starting to cut down on the casual because I used to always post like food or just like, I don't know, like a selfie here and there. And it's very much like what you said, like they gotta miss me a little bit. You know, you don't wanna give them too much.
Yeah.
Because I consider it as part of my brand, I would say. But I definitely do miss when it was casual for everybody. I think everybody kind of posts only when there's celebratory moments in their life or like, you know, like you're saying, like if you went to this nice restaurant, but also you should, you know, feel, if you want to, feel free to post like, hey, I did one thing today, like let me share that. But
well, let me play devil's advocate. I think you should just go ahead and post.
Yes.
I don't think there's no such thing as oversharing. If I had to be, and the reason why I say it is because if I make, of course, hint, I am not a cook or a chef or a cooker or baker. I just like to eat, right? So we just using that as the theme, right?
Yeah.
I feel as though if I'm making banana pudding, I want to show you everything.
Yeah.
And I'm going to post it. I may not post it right, you know, like back to back, but it's going to be in the lineage where it's going to post, right?
Yeah.
Because again, in order to keep casual, I think you should keep casual.
Yeah.
I think that should be your main frame because I think a lot of people want to monetize off of everything.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just who you are, whoever that individual is. So when posting, some people have the idea, okay, I'm gonna do this to like to know. I'm gonna post this, make sure Walmart sees me. I'm gonna see if Target sees me. And you know, they dress it up where it's taking the essence away. Just freely put it because social media, especially with Facebook, came in place where it was a digital photo book for older people that could not see for their kids or anyone. So they said, hey, let's have this. But now people have taken over, and when I say people, meaning that whether they monetize off of it, businesses, commercial, they have taken over where people are trying to keep up with the Joneses. And people can't keep up with it, right? So, and like again, if I had to be the advocate, I'd say casual, go ahead. Because again, I think that's part of the anxiety is that living rent-free in your head. Because you're telling yourself, oh, I don't want to overshare. No, I promise you, nobody's sitting there like, dang, I know you like to do that. Girl, I promise you, nobody. We sit free because I'm not exempt. I've taken quite a few things, but I like to create minds where it's able to fit the times and the format. Now, one thing I don't do is that when I do post, if I post today, I probably won't post today. I mean, photo today, post today. You know, I'd rather just wait because, again, so many eras where you don't want people to know where you are. You don't want people to know what you're doing.
I do that too.
Correct. So you want to hold off. Now that I do understand. But I say go ahead, overshare. Overshare. Let the people know. If you're a cook, if you're a cook, reach out. Because they turned it. They and whoever that may be, we don't know, right? I don't know, but they turned it over where now it's monetization. You know, that's what it is. Now, if there's one thing if there's something on there that you would never share, what would that be? Even though your heart's like, share, but your mind's saying, no, I am not sharing. What is one thing that you would not share?
Ooh.
I know God is listening. He said, let me see what you're going to say. Because words come back. Because there's so many people say, oh, I won't share my relationship.
Right.
Now,
I don't want to speak to
that part. She was on a podcast saying she would never share her feet. And look, her feet is all over.
Honestly, I won't say I wouldn't share who I'm in a relationship with, but I won't share who I am going on dates with.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
When I get in a serious relationship, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see how we feel.
Right.
But as far as who I'm going out on dates with or just casual dating, I would not post that. Yes.
Yeah. You, Kaya? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like I wouldn't post something that like prematurely as far as like anything that I have goals for in advance, because I like to, even like traveling wise, like I don't post until I'm there.
Okay.
Like you know, I don't like, you know, give kind of hints, oh yeah, this is where I'm going. I like to just kind of make sure it happens, and I've learned that helps, because oddly people be lurking. And people, sometimes the energy with social media, and we have to remember it's not real. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's so many positive aspects of it, but so I've just learned to keep some things to myself and share the things as I'm comfortable, like you said, freely. As I'm comfortable, share after it happens. Share after I you know, came here and decided to do school. That's when I posted afterwards, but not beforehand. I
That's
just try not to do
phenomenal.
that. Yeah.
So now, when you all do share, when you do come over that anxiety, right, to say I'm gonna share. Now, do you create it on your own, or do you use like certain apps when creating, just to bring that certain je ne sais quoi, that look, that special look? Do you use anything, or you just straight just post from your phone?
Definitely like to, like sometimes, so it depends. I do take a lot of pictures, and I've learned, you know, kind of what works for me, but a few apps, sometimes even just the phone app, like just to, you know, or like you gotta crop sometimes, but nothing too major. I try not to think about it too much.
Okay. Yes. Do you use anything, or you just use your phone?
I just post from my phone, because I don't know how to do all this fancy photoshopping that these folks be doing.
And the reason why I ask that, because a lot of people, some people just use the phone and that's it. But they work the phone where it looks like it's very aesthetically pleasing. You're like, wow, what they use?
I know.
Yeah, and it's just the phone.
Right.
Some people just don't care. Oh, picture, post.
Yeah, that's how I am. I think it depends on the social media app I'm using as well. So like with TikTok, I've learned how to play around a bit with the features and stuff like that. But it's still within the app. So I'm not using a different platform to help me create the content that's going in the app, if that makes sense. So I think I generally just post from my phone.
Oh, okay. Now, is there a certain social media where you find your higher anxiety? Like, do you find your higher with TikTok, or, because let me elaborate a little bit. This is Joy talking. Joy talking. Okay. So I consider TikTok like Walmart. And IG like Target. You got your certain people, you know, because let me give you some bullet points. A, B, C, you know, let me get my thesis paper out, right? And the reason why I ask, because some people like TikTok, and I don't want to, you know, flush your ideas or anything, but with, you know, TikTok, I find as though people, they don't care how their background look. They don't care. They just go straight. I got story. You got time? I got time. Walmart people, they sit there with the glam. IG sit there with the glam. You can see the difference overall. And there's some things you can do on IG that TikTok's not gonna allow you to do. You got to pick a cover within, right? And some people feel more freely where they can go to TikTok and just, you know, get liberated. Like, I am here for the people, and I think you should close them down. Versus IG is more, I got 5 things. This is what you can do. Read the caption. You know? So some people, their anxiety is higher on one, or Facebook or X. I'm still going to call you Twitter. But,
I know.
You know, Twitter's always here. Tweet. So some people have their anxiety. Now, do you have an anxiety when coming to post to a certain social media, or they're all the same?
I definitely do. I would say my anxiety is higher with apps such as Instagram in comparison to TikTok. I think you had a great description. Because TikTok, I just feel free. Like, I feel like, I just feel calm. I'm like, whoever sees it, sees it. If you like it, you like it. If you laugh, you laugh. You know, we're just vibing. I feel like TikTok is way more transparent and raw. Whereas Instagram, I feel like a lot of people feel like, you said, you gotta do these edits and filters, or, you know, it's just way more polished, I feel. And TikTok is a bit more raw. Twitter or X.
I'm gonna go with Twitter.
Twitter. I don't really post on Twitter as much as I used to. I don't think I've ever been like, oh, I love, like, I'm big on Twitter. It's good for a laugh. But other than that, I feel like I utilize apps like Instagram and TikTok more.
What about you, Kaya?
I would agree. I'm not on Twitter, but Instagram and TikTok are pretty much my worlds. while I do post more on Instagram, I would say like I repost funny stuff, like we send each other stuff. Like it's just more freedom with TikTok, and it came during like really like super filterless time. So I feel like people just kind of let go, and I would agree. I don't post as much on there, but you know, as far as I just like I could see how freeing it is. And Instagram is more professional, like you said. It's more like my
baby
brand.
LinkedIn.
It's more baby LinkedIn.
Baby
like,
LinkedIn.
you know, it's professional, but also you like to post your best pics. But like I said, I feel like more and more I'm trying to get more like casual with it and post the content I want to. But for sure, there has been times where it was more anxiety than TikTok for sure.
Yeah, and see, I asked that because again, you guys are not alone. I know millions of people. I don't know who they are, but I know it's millions of people that say, okay, you know what? TikTok gonna get this, IG gonna get this.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a chess game. I know people sit there and post like, because not everything. Correct. Even with Facebook, you have different people. You cater into different audience, right? And you got to make sure you want whatever you post and match your audience. Like for me personally, of course, I wear undergarments as far as, you know, when I am doing any brands that's doing their undergarments. So that I won't post on Facebook.
Yeah,
because your grandma's on Facebook. You know, little older people.
Just keep connected with your family.
Correct. That's literally the digital photo book, right? Now IG, you know,
Niece, why you got your check?
You look cute, but
Facebook is family friendly.
Correct. Literally, you want to keep it that way, right? So again, internally, you have that. You're like, this picture's the bomb, but you know, I got Pastor on my page.
Right?
You know, Pastor gonna say, you're not covered with the blood, I see. That's, you know, so you're literally, and I think, and I know that builds up the anxiety because you're already scaffolding. Okay, when I take this picture, you never just hit post. You say no. You go here, you go there, and you go here. Matter of fact, you ain't going nowhere. We're just gonna do you and you today. You know, and it's sad that we live in this world where we just can't be free and just post without the ridicule. Even though, granted, there's people out there. I know a million. Don't know them by name. I just know them by a million. They just go ahead and post because sometimes when I look at their page, I say, "Did your background?" And thank God, of course, I am a professional diver commenter. So I dive into the comments, right? And people are saying the same thing I'm saying, so I don't need to reiterate it. So it's just some people on TikTok just don't care. And that's the great part. That's great. Because that helps you to like, oh, they accept everybody over here. On polka dot and stripes, I'm going to go for it. You know? So I think, I know for a fact people scaffold their page. So if there's anything that you would like to leave with someone who may be going through anxiety about posting, what is something that you would like to share with them?
I would probably say, girl, they don't care as much as you think they do. Like, that's one thing that I have to constantly say, girl, don't nobody care. Like, you know, because like Akai was saying earlier, a lot of times people are just happy to see you post or actually like the content you're posting. Like, for me, I personally love like putting together like floral bouquets and stuff like that. And I post that type of content on TikTok, but I don't post it really on Instagram. And I got a lot of like positive reactions, like, oh, that's so nice. Like, oh, I want to do that for myself too. So like just reminding yourself, A, nobody cares as much as you think they do, but B, also people do care.
Right.
But in a positive way, and they do want to see what you have to share. So yeah.
Girl, they don't care.
I definitely agree. I would say be yourself. You know yourself, so don't let anyone tell you, you know, about who you are, what you're posting. Make sure it's a reflection of who you actually are. You know, and just be open-minded. Like literally, who cares if one person sees it or a lot of people see it? You wanted to post it, and you should feel like happy about that.
Yes. So there you have it, people. My guest, Aisha and Kaya. Woo! So please make sure that you tune in to Coffee with Joy. I'm your favorite host, Joy. Please make sure that you like to patronize our show. Please make sure you follow the link above with the QR codes. Any donation is great. But please look forward to so many great guests that will be coming in person. And as always, you know, if it's Joy, if it's a weekday, weekend, and it's still gonna be played. No cutting that is here because you get the dry thing and everything. We go back. Period, boo, period. Yes. So until then, you all live life on purpose. Have a blessed day. Woo! We don't have no Saturday. We don't have no Saturday.